Give it another try. Well, hey now, welcome to Live Talking Blues. Tonight we got some really special guests as always. So let me bring out of the green room and into the house the ladies that run the Root Sisters. Please let me introduce Aisha Khan and Rossella Scarlet. What's up, girls? Let me get you on there. Here we go.
Hello.
That's happening. Hey, welcome. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting us.
How's the sound? Can you hear me okay? Because I'm shouting. I secret. I had a cup of coffee.
At this time of night.
Yes.
So late.
Yeah, well, I'll be going until tomorrow morning at this rate. So welcome to our Live Talking Blues show. So tell me, how did you guys meet? Because you're doing the Root Sisters, aren't you?
Rosella,
Yes.
you go first.
Yes, I go first because, Aisha and I were only virtual friends. Okay, we didn't meet before, and then Aisha invited me to this group that she created. Root Sisters was a private group where she invited all many female artists. I didn't. The beginning I joined it, but I didn't know what it was about.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a few ideas while, as she was posting, other female artists were posting like ideas, their music, etc. And I proposed to Aisha to meet up because I had an idea. You go on.
Yeah.
Your turn, Aisha.
So, I mean, when I started the Facebook group, there were a few people that stood out straight away that kind of engaged and had suggestions and had feedback and seemed quite excited about everything. So Rosella was one of them, and I was talking about us meeting. Rosella said, "Let's meet up." So I baked a cake. And she came over with a little headscarf on. It was raining. And we met, and we got super excited about all the things that we might be able to do. We were talking about putting live events on and maybe running a club and all those sorts of things. And so, yeah, the madness started, the plans for world domination.
Oh, fantastic. Because in the group, you have everyone there from performers to frontline and backline. You have people that are DJing and in every capacity in the music industry, yes?
Yeah, we try. I mean, the group, I feel like the group is still in its infancy, and I feel like there's much more that we could achieve with it. It's true, no, Rosella?
Yes, it's true. Definitely.
Yeah, and it's been really interesting. There's a clear divide between the people who kind of grab it and go, yeah, come on, let's do this, or I want to do this, or we should do this to support each other. And then there are the people that are quieter and just kind of observe, or or maybe sometimes like a post or something. But yeah, I think we're only at the beginning of what we can achieve together.
How long has the group been going?
3 years.
3 years.
No,
2 years and a half. 3 years, I think.
Yeah.
Thinking about when we started the Root Sisters reunion, that's how I'm counting, okay? Root Sisters, yeah, maybe 2 years and a half, under 3 years, yes. Because
and you got quite a big following as well.
Yeah, well, we subsequently to the group, then Aisha created also a page.
Yes.
The group is a private group, like for female artists to bring together ideas, trying to help each other, support each other, promote each other. Mm-hmm. And then Root Sisters Live is all about sharing the page, sharing all like everything is going on like in the female roots artists
Exactly.
industry, let's say, scene.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, our show is live talking blues, but blues encompasses rhythm and blues, rock blues, soul
True.
blues, gospel blues, and
Yes.
Rosella, on your album, there is someone that said that your music was country and had heartfelt real life experiences. You know, the pain and the joy of life, and that's what blues is about, isn't it? Where I come from in America, you know,
True.
it's about a good Saturday night. It's heartfelt, it's real life experiences, and I guess we can find that in every form of music, really, couldn't we?
Yeah,
Aisha?
yes, definitely, definitely. I mean, of course, when I didn't choose to make country music, the first song that I wrote close to country music, well, someone else, actually a singer from Texas, in my YouTube video a few years ago, when I wrote it, she said, "Oh, what a great country song," and I didn't know that it was a country song. So she said, "What a great country song," and then I realized that I was doing country, but I didn't give a name of my music. I don't think nobody does it. I mean, when you write, you don't think, "Oh, I'm gonna write, I'm gonna do this kind of music." It doesn't work like that. I think,
Exactly.
when you write songs, it, you follow your instincts, your nature.
Well, before we go on to Aisha, if you can probably see this, I'm looking up something here, Rosella. I want to play for you, and for the audience, one of your songs, because
Oh,
you said it was part of one of your life experiences, how you felt in the community that you came from, or where you were living at the time, and it's called the Ice Outsider. I'd love people to see that. So just give me a second to bring that up because we're, like I said, we're having all the tech situations that could possibly go wrong. But I'm going to bring that up in just a minute. I'm going to let everyone see that and have a listen to this. It's starting from the beginning because that's where I was doing it early on. So bear with me to get that going. So you guys can see what I'm doing, can't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bear with me. Take volume off of that, and at least my thing isn't sticking anymore, which is good. Okay, let's see if we can get everyone to see this. We'll check the volume. All right. Okay, how's the sound for you? Nothing, is it?
I mean, there's a bit of a lag. There's a problem with the sound.
Okay, well, we checked that earlier, and I think I'm gonna have to take off that other situation. Just bear with me. Um, because I said I changed the audio sound, that's why I changed it back. I'll just change it back, and we should be able to get that. Did I change it better? Yeah, I can hear it. Okay.
Yeah, Kat, I don't know what it's like for other viewers, but there's a problem with the sound at my end.
Okay,
it
let's just
glitched.
stop it there. We'll
I think
stop
it.
there and see what the problem is
I
in a
think it's
minute.
not a sound problem. I think it's a connection because it glitches. I don't think it's a sound. I can hear
Yes.
the.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
thank you
I got the
anyway
same situation over here.
thank you for
Definitely.
playing it. But you were right
Yeah, we did a
about the
test on
song.
it.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
I mean, this is the song
So,
which gives the title. There's a story behind it, of course. This is
yes,
about my real life experience. Yes,
yes. Could you
and
share a little bit of it? If that's
yes,
not too personal, you don't
basically
mind sharing?
everything I say in the song, Kat, is true. I mean, it's real. When I
Mhm.
was a child, and my friends, my parents' friends used to come and pay visit them. I used to hide under my bed. Most of the time, they say, "Ah, do you have another daughter?" I didn't know that because I never, I used to hide. I didn't want to see anybody. I've always been very, I mean, shy. Okay, very shy. You wouldn't say because nowadays I talk a lot, so you wouldn't say that I'm a shy person. But anyway, uh, my life experience in the song brought me to my present days, and the song is about mainly talks about the life of uh, a foreigner coming from another
Mhm.
country and moving to a foreign country, despite in friendly or unfriendly environment that you can may find in another country, it's
Yeah.
always difficult to adapt. That's the reason I wrote this song. Because even, talking about, a change, my town, a change my life, I'm a good man's wife, yes, true, because I got married in here, and despite everything, like all the changings in my life, all my life experiences, my only friend has always been the music. I mean,
Yes.
my like safe place. That's it. And I don't think I'm the only one. Of course, I don't think I'm the only one to say that. I mean, we know what we're talking about. And but I took inspiration to write this song, uh, especially to talk about the fact that living in another country,
Hmm.
uh, sometimes, despite a friendly environment, it's got its pros and cons. It can be difficult, it can be challenging
It can be.
sometimes. Yes.
Yeah, to be able to express that through your music, I can imagine it's quite gratifying and satisfying, and it gives you strength somewhere in the way as well, doesn't it?
Yes, it's true. It does. And it was gratifying because I think that the song, even musically, in terms of arrangement as well, gave that idea of
Yes.
being the outsider. Is everything was perfect then
It's a
in the.
beautiful song, and it does take you
Thank
kind
you.
of way to make you think within yourself how you would have felt. I remember back in the day there was a song by Bronxky Beat called "Lonely." Is
Rusty.
it "Lonely Boy"? Do you remember? Is he a
Small town boy,
boy?
Small town
Was it
boy.
Small Town
small
Boy?
town
That's it.
boy. Yeah, yeah,
Can you relate to that, Aisha? Can
yeah.
you
No,
relate
I
to
met
it? Was
definitely.
it?
Yeah, no, I mean it's the same as Rosella. I mean, both my parents are Pakistani, so growing up in the UK in the 1970s and 80s, and being kind of visibly identified as other by the color of my skin, and by
Yeah.
my name, Aisha Khan. Yeah, it was a, let's just say it was a real rite of passage.
And let me just say, by the way, it's a beautiful name, even though I can't pronounce it properly. I think it's just the American in me.
It reminds me of
Don't worry about it. Don't
there's
worry
a
about it.
song.
I've grown up with people calling me everything from Ashish to Marsha. So it's fine.
I think I pronounce her name properly because there's a song. I forgot his name. Aisha.
I
You
Yeah,
know the
shall.
song?
there's
It's
a
in
couple of
French.
songs.
It's in French.
Yeah,
It's you,
it's by
Aisha.
Khalid. Yeah.
Écoute-moi. It's beautiful. I love the song. I grew up with the song. That's why.
If I had a dime for everyone said to me, you know that song Aisha, and then started singing it to me, I'd have about $1 by now.
Yeah. Now, Aisha, you've done some extensive touring through Europe and all of that as well with your bands, which I was just trying to find the name of here. But you can explain to us. Tell us how you journeyed into where you've gotten to now. How did you start singing, and possibly when?
Oh yeah. Well, ever since I've been a really little girl, I've just always sung around the house. I couldn't help myself. I would constantly be singing, and it used to drive my sister crazy. She would be like, I remember her going, "Why do you have to make all those stupid faces when you sing?" I was like, I didn't know I was doing it. And then I think I always just was obsessed by music, and growing up in England in the 70s and 80s, or in the 80s particularly, when I was a teenager, we were exposed to so many different subcultures. There was like the mod revival, there was ska, blue beat, two
Oh,
tone, there was reggae, there was roots. Then there was the whole rockabilly and rock and roll thing starting, and then on the back of that, there was the kind of veering into the rhythm and blues, dipping a toe quite early on, and then kind of moving in that direction. I mean, there just was so much that was available to us. And then the Blitz kids, and there were so many different youth subcultures. And
Yeah.
I think that because I felt, as Rosella felt, like an outsider, because I felt other, because I felt different, I identified with the outliers, with the subcultures, you know, with the kids that were like, I don't know, that were punks, that were Ted, that were rockabillys, that were just different. Because it was like, okay, well, you say I'm different. Well, F you, I'm going to be different. I'm going to be noticeably, identifiably different. And and then it was such a vibrant time, I think, for youth culture and for music, and I was exposed to so much.
There was a little bit of Northern Soul as well. What was that like? I mean, we called it like the sound of Philadelphia back where I come from, but it's such a popular movement and a way of even dancing, isn't it?
Yeah, completely. It's a whole nother subculture, and it started obviously with the original mods in the 1960s. They began listening to soul music, and it kind of came over to, and also blues, you know, because a lot of jazz and blues musicians were also listening to American popular music. And so mods were listening to jazz, and they were listening to blues, and they were listening to rhythm and blues, and that whole kind of I'm not an expert, so I'm not going to talk about the whole journey of how it turned into Northern Soul, but what I think is really beautiful about Northern Soul and about a lot of youth subcultures and about country and about blues, it's music for working class people, you know?
Sure.
It's like, I'd say country music is 20th century white people's blues music, you know, white working class people, you know, talking about the struggle and talking about broken hearts and all those things too. Yeah, but you know, talking about everyday experience. And I think with Northern Soul, it was incredible because all these really working class, it's called Northern Soul because there was a massive movement up north, in the north of England, in the industrial north. Sorry, what were you saying?
Yes, I couldn't figure out why. I never actually really knew why they would call it Northern Soul, but yes, of course.
There was a massive movement up north in places like the Twisted Wheel and Wigan Casino and places like that, where lots of working class kids really picked up on the music. It spoke to them. They picked up to some really obscure blues and some obvious like Motown blues, but it really it kind of struck a chord with them, and they really felt it, and a whole dance movement. I think Wigan Casino, apparently, I think according to Blues and Soul, Wigan Casino was maybe the '1 dance club of the 70s one year, like, you know, like Disco 54 would have been. I think Wigan Casino was right up there with 54, Club 54, Disco 44, whatever. So yeah, it's about emotion. It's absolutely about emotion and that purity, that truth.
Sure.
And the way, and like I said, and a lifestyle as well. I mean, the way everyone's dressed. And I was just going to pull up you might have to help me with the Rajas, the band Rajas, is it? Aisha, how do you say Rajas? The name of the band?
Rajas, yeah.
Oh, the Rajas, yeah. Aisha Khan and the Rajas, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I can see the video.
There I am, waving my hands about and wiggling.
Yeah, I have a little bit of footage of that. But everything's running
rhythm and blues.
Never mind. But yeah, we're having some technical problems with that because everything's running tick 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 tick. But that's okay. Never mind. We'll get there in the end. So tell me, you guys, did you perform in Europe as well with the Rajas, or?
Well, it becomes more economically viable to pick up. Because I play a lot in Spain. About 30% of my following is Spanish. Partly, I think, because my partner. Yeah, my partner's Spanish, so I've got a lot of great contacts, and I've met a lot of brilliant musicians. And I recorded my first album in Barcelona. So I have a band. I have a set band over in Europe, and then in France too. I have contacts. So I kind of have a Rajas everywhere. Like a boy in every port, I have a Rajas in every town.
You got Rajas. That makes viable sense, though. Definitely makes sense. I mean, so ladies, after we come out of this situation that we've been in the last year, and everyone's been a bit pressed, do you think you're going to get back on the road? I mean, especially for the Rajas. I mean, are you looking to get back to Spain or back to Barcelona? Barcelona, Aisha?
Well, I'd really love to, Kat. Where should be recording another album. We were supposed to record the album in November last year, but hopefully we're recording it at the end of the summer this year. But I don't know. The landscape has changed because now we have Brexit. So who knows what that's going to mean? I mean, who knows if we're going to be able to, like, what we would have done was recorded the album and when it was released, gone on tour. But I really, it's kind of wide open. I have no idea what's going to happen in the next few months or this year, and whether we'll be able to any of us will be able to perform abroad. I don't know.
Oh, even next week, for that matter of fact, And I was going to say, I had something in my mind. I was going to say, what was it? God, it was a good point as well, but I can't remember now. It's lost me. But what was it? It was something about. Oh, never mind. But in Barcelona, do you have many venues there that you played at, or is it just was it all over Spain? Is it?
Oh well, I did a 7. Well, I was there at the beginning of last year. I did 7 days with a great boogie piano player and his band, and then we played. I think 7 dates in 5 days. So we played different venues. And then a year before that, I did a tour for the album, and we played all over Spain. We did about 5 or 6 dates, and we did Madrid, and we did Barcelona, and we kind of went into the heartland. So it was like Heart of Darkness. I tell you, you'd pull up to a petrol station. I was like, you go into the heartlands, into the country.
Yeah.
And for a start, forget about eating as a vegan. Forget about it. You just have salad. Yeah, and in the cities it's fine, but so you go into the country to get to, I don't know, Logroño or somewhere, and to northern Spain, and you'd stop at for lunch at the service station, and the thing is, everybody has to stop for lunch. There's no eating at your desk, none of that nonsense, none of that everybody stops for lunch, and every place has a set lunch. And everybody kind of sits there leisurely and has 3 courses and maybe a coffee and a glass of wine. It's very civilized. Is it like Italy?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's so civilized. It's like completely different from the US and the UK. And then you'd go to and then you'd go to these petrol stations, and then there'd just be cases full of hunting knives and things like that, and you'd be just. Yeah, it was like in the middle of nowhere, but some massive cases full of knives, and you'd be like, it was like Deliverance, you know what I'm saying? It was totally like Deliverance. And then there was this really small place in the middle of nowhere, and the boy said to me, it's a place where men go to meet women and drink whiskey. And I was like, oh, because it was a 1-horse town. There was one furniture warehouse, one brothel, and a few houses. Basically, and the door was really, really small. I was like, do only small men go in there? Are they so bowed down by their Catholic guilt that they have to stoop to get into the door? I have no idea.
The strange things you find on the road, though, and the best things. I mean, you come out with some great songs when you're on the road, doesn't it? Have any of you written any great songs on the road that you've put on your albums?
Rossella, go.
Me or Aisha?
Yeah, Rossella, have you been on the road and something so inspired you?
On the road?
To come up with a song?
Well, yes, and I write songs everywhere. I mean, it depends sometimes, but songs that I put in my album. This last album, probably in the EP. Prior to the album, I had an EP, and there's a song that I wrote while I was traveling, basically. And it's called "The Day Will Come." And yes, it's sort of doesn't come from my personal experience. It's sort of a fictional song, and is talking about a girl waiting for Her brightest star, which in the song is a man, but like it's sort of a metaphor. It's waiting for something, the dreams to come true, rather than like the main person of your life. Can be a dream what you're waiting for, and not just like your partner for life. That's it.
What are we waiting for? Definitely. What are we waiting for? I'm still
Yeah.
trying to I'm still trying to pull up your videos, but it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do that. But that's okay. We want to share with everyone. Live Talking Blues is a place where we plan in the future to be the hub of where people can connect, talk, share, and enjoy the music. Basically, rather than just talking all the time, we'll be able to play some videos here, play you some videos here. But you can see that the timing's a little bit crazy, so we
Uh,
won't worry about that right now. But we just want
it's a
to.
great idea, by the way. I mean,
Well,
despite
the
the issues, despite the technical issue, it's a great. I mean, it's a great. It's nice to have a meeting point of like chatting, talking, music, life experiences, and everything else.
Definitely, and we can share. Like, I mean, you'll be able to come back here hopefully in the future and play for us live as well from
Oh
where you
yes,
are.
Oh,
And
cool,
if,
definitely.
great.
if you
Yes,
got gigs coming up, and that's for any of you musicians out there, right? That's what Live Talking Blues is. We've got some friends that are over in Chicago and stuff, so they'll be popping in once everything opens back up again. They'll be popping in. They'll be popping in from Chicago, but they'll let us know ahead of time. You'll know ahead of time when there's a gig here in London, or even in the Netherlands, or wherever it is in the world. We'll have gig. We'll have. I mean, that's the great technology that is so new that I can't even operate it yet.
that's great.
It's
Beautiful,
going
beautiful.
okay. I think it's going fine. Don't worry.
Thank you, Aisha. Well, I was just trying to get your find your email, and I had to copy and paste your YouTube pictures and your YouTube videos, and all I had is an old one from Spice of Life, and so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Basically, this should be happening from off the scene, and I'm just my concentration's on you. But the computers are lagging, and they're like, "I'm not working today." I'm like, "Okay."
I know. Tell me
I
about
hate
it.
technology.
Yes.
I did write, going back to your question just now, I did write a song. I have got a song that will be coming on the next album that was inspired by the last time we went on tour in Spain. There was, I can't even remember where it was. There was some bar, and I'm sure both of you know what I'm talking about. You get there, and the sound is really, really terrible. And you think this is going to be disastrous. You know what I'm talking about? You think you
Yes.
do a sound check, and you think, oh my God. And it puts you in a really bad mood. And I'm normally quite charming with people, but like I was very, very
Woohoo. Were
terse.
you being a bit of a cat?
Yeah, a little bit snippy, shall we say. But then and then he was like, it'll be fine when you start playing. And it was the guy who ran the bar who was also doing the sound. Obviously he knew his venue, but I was just like, you're not even a sound guy, what do you know? But when we started the gig, the sound was tremendous and the gig was just phenomenal. And it was kind of crazy. Yeah, and in Spain, when you ask for a shot of alcohol, it's called chupito. So
Yes.
which is a way, yeah, which is Western way of going, I'll have a shot. Yeah, and we're still going, I'll have a shot. You can go chupito, and so like every time I shouted chupito from the stage, somebody bought me a shot of tequila from the bar. So like by the end of the gig, I was pretty wasted. I was on my knees while the guitar player was soloing, and I'm just like, I'm too old because I don't know if I'm going to get up anymore at my age. I don't even know if I can get up. So there is going to be an instrumental on the next album called Chupito. It's going to be like a tequila kind of instrumental where everyone
that's
shouts
cool.
Chupito.
Nice one.
Does anyone know when the albums? Do you have any release dates or anything? Or well, before we go as well, let's make sure we know where people need to reach you. But first of all, is there any release dates for the albums we can take note of?
Well, Rosella's just released hers, so she can
Yes.
talk about that a little bit. Go ahead.
That's it.
Well, yes, my album has
2020,
been released 2020, yeah, in
That
September
was the Outsider,
2023.
wasn't it?
Yes. 13 songs album released, recorded, mixed, arranged, produced, mastered, all in lockdown. I mean,
There you go.
it's been Yes, a wonderful collaboration. I have my partner in crime is in Italy, Chris Mantello. He
Uh-huh.
arranged my songs. We collaborate. We've been another online virtual friendship, which became real then in real life. We collaborate. We managed to collaborate at a distance, and we involved a great musician from United States. His name is Sean Mencher. He's a lead guitarist of a rockabilly trio called High Noon.
Yes.
He features in the album with his song, it's his own song, and then I sing. I made this rendition, and he plays the lead guitar. So we did everything remotely. So everything like myself and double bass recording in UK,
Fantastic.
drums, guitars, banjo, dobro, mandolin, because Chris is a great musician also and multi-instrumentalist player. So he
Mhm.
played most of the instruments, drummer from Italy and trumpet from Italy as well. So we did all this in during the lockdown. Of course, um, like what I'm missing most of everything now is to try to launch the album with a live gig. I don't know when it's gonna happen, to be honest with you. I don't know, but for the moment, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, I can gig things like that. You know, we go on. We try to be productive. We try to, to push, to write songs, to keep going, to be creative, to use this time to learn new things. That's what we can do, and
Well,
that's it. That's it. I will, we'll have very soon, in a few months' time, other new collaboration, but I'm not talking about yet because
okay.
the best is yet to come. So, okay, and that's for me.
Well, let us know.
Yeah,
Let us know where we can reach you. What is your website or
Yeah,
whereabouts?
I have a Facebook page, Rossella Scarlet, where you can purchase the CD through my Facebook page, or alternatively, you can reach Go Country Records, which is my label,
Go Country Road. Hi,
gocountryrecords.com.
label.
Yeah, it's in Italy. And
Mhm.
if like anything, any news, either my page or Go Country Records is everything you need to know.
Fantastic. And
Okay.
Aisha, I want to ask you a question about the young guitars. I was so desperate to find that video you sent me with very young, brilliant guitars. Can you tell me his name? And how old is he?
oh well, at the time we filmed that, he's called Denver Jet Shockwave. He's absolutely phenomenal. He was 14 or 15 when we filmed that, and he had flu, and he just turned up, and that was the first time I'd met him. He's adorable. He's 18 now. He's studying
Yeah,
music production, I think.
right.
He doesn't play with us at the moment. He's kind of concentrating on his studies and some family stuff. His dad's a drummer, Turan Rocky. He's a drummer as well. And the kid's so passionate about music, and he's such a natural. He's just and his little brother. I can't remember how old he is. Maybe he's 13. He's just starting to play bass. So
Wow.
that's so cute. They're just adorable. But Denver's much older and bigger, and he's kind of turning into a young man now. But I really hope I work with him again in the future, because people go crazy for him, and he's just such a cool kid. He really is.
Oh,
Brilliant
he had a
musician.
great solo on your video. That was such a brilliant solo, and I really apologize. I couldn't get that up. It's lost somewhere in the ether here. But we will get you guys back on once we get all the little glitches out. If you don't mind to come back, would you come back for us again another time? Once
Oh,
we,
definitely.
Be an
Yes.
yeah.
absolute pleasure.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
of course.
Aisha,
Anytime.
tell us where we can find your music.
Yeah, so you can my first album's out on El Toro Records, which is a Spanish label. You can buy the album via El Toro. It's in some record shops as well. The second album we were supposed to record in the November just gone, but obviously everything locked down, and so hopefully we'll record it at the end of summer. But our producer Mario Cobo, he's got to be coming from Spain, so we have to, depending on what happens with vaccination passports or quarantine, because he can't quarantine. He can't come here for 3 weeks and then go back in quarantine for another 2 weeks.
No.
So we had. So hopefully, if all works out, we'll be doing it at the end of the summer. But I've been writing a lot of songs for it. So all of the songs bar one will be original. We're going to do a cover of the only cover we're doing is the Memphis Jug Band, Cocaine Habit Blues. But it's a 30s jug band, quintessential jug band song. And because you better believe they were writing about sex and drugs and rock and roll way before we were born.
Yeah. Wow.
And so we pimped it a bit, so it kind of comes forward a couple of decades, and it's got a very 1950s like Upsetters kind of vibe to it. So that's the only cover, but everything else is original material. And I've written about 80% of the album. But you can find me on my Facebook page, Aisha Khan Singer, and on Instagram, same as Rossella. And there's a couple of projects in the pipeline at the moment that, apart from the album, that I hope will come to fruition this year.
Yes. And also, everyone, remember to go over to Facebook and join the Root Sisters Facebook group as well.
Because Root Sisters Live, it's called.
Root Sisters Live. Sorry, yes, of course.
No, it's cool.
And that's where we can all connect. You know, I think in this situation, it's the best thing we can do is just kind of stick together, connect, and keep performing and keep writing and keep just sharing something that is so close to our hearts, and just like breathing air is creating and listening and making music. So Rossella Scarlet and Aisha Khan, I want to thank you so much for coming on to Live Talking Blues. We'll be here next week with Gina Lay and Warren Walters from the Ill Plight, and also Robin Beebe will be performing a couple songs from the Ill Pies All Stars. So hopefully we'll have some technical issues picked up.
Thank you so much. That was a great
pleasure. For having us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Very lovely to meet you.
And look, now I know I'll be popping in, saying hello and all that sort of thing all the time, guys. So listen, until next time, thank you so much again for coming on, and everyone, apologies for just a chitty chat. It's not a chitty chat show. We got lots of stuff to show you. But until now, peace out. See you next time.